Teach Radio. Teach to Teach Radio. Education for all, for all, for all. Education for all, for all, for all.
Welcome to Teach Radio. I am Alhaji Mohammed Al-Hassan Karimu, your regular host. With me to do the discussion today, on my immediate right,
I am in the person of Mr. Abdurrahman Isaka, a teacher in Sankpalatia Primary School in the Central Gonja district of the Savannah region.
Kojo Titiaka Azara, Kojope DA Primary School, West Gonja Municipal.
I am Ibrahim Yusuf, a teacher from Tamaru Anglican Primary School, Tolon district.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are welcome.
Thank you.
We have a topic to discuss, and the topic is on innovative teaching and learning materials. Let's try to see let's give some explanation on this so that our listeners will know what we mean by innovative teaching and learning, or innovative teaching and learning materials. So we start with Mr. Yusuf.
Yeah. Innovative teaching and learning materials are the things that we teachers discover and devise to aid our teaching, to make the teaching very practical, and to make the tasks that we're going to teach from difficult to the simplest for the understanding of the learners.
From
known
to unknown, and it's simple to complex. Yeah, that helps the children very well.
Yes.
Okay.
That is very good. Do we have anything to add?
Yes, to add up to what Mr. Yusuf just said, I think innovative teaching is simply a strategy that teachers adopt, or is simply the method teachers adopt to make their teaching learners centered. That is, to use the readily available resources or materials to aid in their teaching in order to make it more learner-centered than teacher-centered.
Okay.
To add to what my colleagues just said, innovative teaching is the process where teachers use their creativity to develop new methods to ensure that students get the best learning experiences.
Very good. I like the expression that ensuring that we have learner-centered kind of teaching, and it can also be part of the innovative ways of handling children to ensure that they are able to understand what they learn. We have many schools that do not have the needed resources. When I say resources, in terms of teaching and learning, how can we use low-cost materials? Because many people will say that, or is it the proverb that says that a bird in the hand worth thousands in the bush? Yes. So if you have something just by you, why not use that? So how can we use low-cost materials to ensure that we are able to meet our teaching and learning needs?
Yes. Madam Azara mentioned something which is very critical in this our discussion.
Yeah.
Being creative, what does it mean? You're able to invent certain things that will aid the teaching and learning.
Okay.
And how do we do it? We have numerous resources around us, and we should learn to use them properly. For instance, if I'm to teach, as a teacher, I'm to teach filtration in general science or integrated science, and the materials or the apparatus that will have aid my teaching is not readily available as described or stated from the books, I can use papers to form a lot of those things. For instance, I have with me here a miniature or something that looks like a funnel.
Yeah.
If you look at the shape of it, it looks just like that. But this is made from paper.
Yeah.
I didn't buy it.
And it's an improvised.
Yes, but I was able to improvise this one with the help of my students.
Okay.
And with even here, for instance, if I'm to teach shapes in mathematics,
all right.
This one is a box, a carton I was able to develop shapes from that. An empty carton.
Okay.
But I was able to develop different forms of shapes from that.
Yeah.
And this one will aid me to teach mathematics, shapes in mathematics.
We have more of that.
People look at this one. If you ask a child, what do I have in my hand? The child will say, this is tissue. But looking at the shape of it, it tells a lot. This one represents a cylinder. A cylindrical object.
Yeah.
So these ones, all these examples that I've stated here, I didn't use my money to buy them. Even if I will need one, they will be of low cost.
And that's right.
So being able to invent it without buying them or purchasing them from the market is part of the creativeness of what the teacher, or the creativity of the teacher.
Exactly.
You're able to invent it without buying them. And this one, aiding you are teaching.
Very good.
So I think as teachers, if you are able to adopt this particular strategy, it will help to save time, money, and even more energy.
Okay.
Yes, because we don't need much talking in our lessons. It will help to make our lessons or our teachings more practical.
Exactly, and it's innovative in nature.
Very innovative.
That's very good. Yeah, you have something to add.
Like Mr. Isaku is making a suggestion. If you want to teach mathematics, let's say we are going to teach numerals to the
children. Yeah.
You see, we can improvise by bringing in songs inside there.
Yeah.
So that
aid the teaching.
They may think that they are singing
a song,
but alongside with it, they are
learning.
Like we have a song like
numerals
I'm counting one.
Okay.
I think we have to count.
Can I count?
Yeah.
I'm counting one. What is one? One is one alone. Alone is shall be.
The gesture is not coming.
I'm counting two. What is two? Two per compare. Let us spare. One is one alone. Alone it shall be. I'm counting three. What is three? Three is 10 around. Two per compare. Let us spare. One is one alone. Alone it shall be.
I think that's fine. Time is not us. I would have wished that you continue until and even repeat it severally because I'm enjoying it.
Of course. Now, if you also want to try to let the learners know how to identify these letters, how to write it, you can just use Manila cards. I'm having it.
Yes.
You just write on them. So let them have it.
Pass it to them.
Or you can even draw some number of balls inside it to know that the children are learning. And these things are readily available materials that are there. What I want to add is that we can even use audiovisual aids to teach. This audiovisual aids, when we go to the internet, even though you might be complaining that we don't have electricity in our school, but with just your phone, you can just go into the YouTube, download any video related to the content you are going to teach. You show it to the children.
All right.
They will think that they are just watching movie, but they are learning alongside
that.
Like hand washing.
Very good.
There are practical videos that are there that portray hand washing. You could just use them. So innovative teaching, there's a lot of things that we teachers, we can be creative. We don't have to be rigid. Just follow strictly what is inside it. But we can also add our own things to that.
And to add to what Mr. Yusuf just said, if a teacher wants to teach art and you want the children to understand the topic better, very well, you can ask them that, children, tomorrow we are having art. When you people are coming back to school, each and everyone should bring clay. Then these children will bring this clay. You teach them how to model with the clay, like how to model a room with the clay, a radio set with the clay, and with this practical aspect of this, the children.
Very good. Yes. I think we've had.
Just to add to what Madam is saying. With this clay, in fact, it's in a form of discovery learning. You can just let the children bring the clay tell them to explore. They should just create whatever that they learn. They like from it.
Yeah.
You'll be surprised to see what these children
can do.
So, as in art and crafts, we do ask our children to go and bring things they can create.
Yes,
but
so they'll think that they are playing.
Yes,
they can even use this clay to make numbers and letters.
Alphabets.
Very good.
So you realize that you'll be surprised to see what these children do.
So we have a lot. Yeah, it means we have a lot within our environment that we can rely on as low-cost materials or no cost at all to support our teaching as part of our innovative ways that we can adopt to teach our children. So teachers and other caregivers, please, these are the things that we have to take note of to ensure that we support in providing such materials to our children to enable them learn well.
Teach radio, teach to teach radio, education for art, for art, for art.
The next issue we have to look at is related to what we have just discussed. Yes. We're talking of that of the school. We are now coming to the home, the community. Many people just think that it is always, you can always depend on books, computers, what have you, alone to teach or learn. But when you look at our homes, we have other things that we can rely on, also as low-cost materials that our parents or caregivers can use to support our children to learn. What do you say about it? How can the caregivers help in using some of these materials? And if they are using some of them, what are the materials that they can rely on to support the children to learn?
Caregivers have a lot of materials to rely on at home to help their children learn. And they can rely on storytelling to teach their children at home. For example, I want to teach my child about unity. I can put it in the form of story. Consisting of animals like birds. I will tell the child that there were 3 birds, and due to hunger, these 3 birds went out in search of food. So in search of food, they were having a song. One would sing pee, and the other one would sing chakataka, and the other one would sing pee jobi. So when they came together, so when they sing chakataka pee jobi, chakataka pee jobi, the people became happy. Then they would throw some food away for them. But one day an argument came and they needed to divide each other. The first one go and it was chakataka. Chakataka. Nobody cared. The other one came pee, nothing. And the other one came me jobi. So they will come back together to sing chakataka pee, me jobi as unity. So this one will teach them together we stand and divided we fall.
Very good. Thank you very much. That's a very good example using stories. What are the other materials that we can rely on at home?
As parents or caregivers, we do assign roles to our children back at home, and with these roles that we assign them to do to be doing, I will use myself as an example. When growing up, when I was a kid, my dad gave me a fowl, let me say a chicken, to nurture it or to look after it till it grows. I was taking good care of it. I know the time I'm supposed to give it food, the time of giving it water, everything, even the time of opening it to come out and then send it back to the room or to the coop. This tells me a lot how to protect and preserve my things. And in that, I looked after that particular chicken. It grows up and then also lay eggs and hatch. So I was still taking good care of it, and whilst counting the chicks. So I could know the number, how many chicks have died off, or how many chicks are still alive. So with that, it gave me some mathematical ideas as to how to do addition and subtraction, or how to keep records and other things. So I think parents can do better if they engage their children into productive roles. Let me put it that way. You shouldn't give a particular role to a ward that the child cannot will not be able to handle or will not be able to perform.
Very good. So in our homes we have so many things of this nature where we rear hens, we may also be rearing sheep or goats. At least the child should always make good use of what? Their presence. Like the parent helping the child to count the number of goats that are in there, how many are males, how many are females. It all helps to increase the knowledge of the child in some of the disciplines. Very good.
What I would like to tell parents is that we can use bundles of sticks. The sticks are readily available. Everywhere in our community there are plants that we can make these sticks from. You can just ask them. They should go and count 20 sticks from that place. As they are involved in counting, they are learning how to count. In that, they are also learning how to add. You can ask them, they remove 2 from it. Add 4. In that way, you are helping them in their mathematical calculation. Another one is that usually we involve in money counting. This money is readily available with us. When you are going to count money, to enhance our children calculation, arithmetic skills, you can just give them 1 cedi notes, maybe many of it. Let them to be able to count. Ask them if they counted how many is that. If you remove pesos from it, how much? In that way, they just think that they are playing with money.
Yes.
But alongside with it, they are learning. So these are readily available, even though children are not supposed to joke with money. But care is taken when you are involving them in that. Or even just coins, 50 pesos coin, 20 pesos coin, many of it, if you just come across, you can just give them. They will be kind of say they are playing with it, but alongside with it, they are learning. This is another.
So that's playing Ludo 2 teaches counting.
Of course.
Ludo is also very good.
Because a parent can see it to be a waste of time.
Waste of time.
Yes.
But this way,
you can also just place to add to your sticks. You can place numbers randomly and ask the children
to pick certain numbers.
And if a child pick 3, then you ask the child to replace the sticks by the number 3.
To represent
the sticks by the number 3. I think this way the children will be able to learn the sequence.
I think the most maybe the idea I'm getting from all that you are saying is that at least our parents or caregivers should at least play the role of a teacher in the house to ensure that at least we have the materials, the low-cost materials that are in the house. They are able to use them to support the children's learning at home. And these are the examples that you have given. And our caregivers, please always ensure that you create time and space for the use of such materials, the sticks, the bottle tops, they are all counters, the cats that you have in your house, the hens or the animals that you have in your house. All these can be used to enhance children's learning at home, so that when they go to school, such ideas will facilitate their learning. And we hope to thank our discussants, but first of all, I'll give you some time, and we are wrapping up so that you will be able to just wrap up, and then in the form of a summary for us to finally end our discussion. Maybe you may have certain pieces of ideas that we haven't mentioned, so that you use this as an opportunity to just voice out. Yeah, starting from Mr. Yusuf, just summary in the form of a summary.
What I would like to say is that, in fact, we should be creative.
Okay.
We can just look around our environment, try to create things that will help us to
promote learning.
Both in the house.
In our school.
As
Thank you very much.
And so what I also say here is, this one goes to the parents.
Yeah.
a teacher can be a parent. So as parents, when we see our children involving themselves into activities that we think will be of beneficial to them, we shouldn't shut them down.
Okay.
We should allow them to exhibit their talents with this, or to be to explore. We shouldn't prevent them from exploring. When you see them involving themselves into any activity, you as a parent can even use yourself as a teacher.
Yeah.
Try to involve yourself. This one, you are involving yourself to guide the person, to protect that person from harming or maybe injuries. So you should try to involve yourself, but not shutting them down, just to allow them to also explore.
In addition to what Mr. Isaac said, our colleague teachers and parents as well, both listeners, should try as much as possible to always find ways to help learning and teaching at school.
Yeah, I think from the discussion, we also heard that at least our caregivers can use stories, and in the absence of this, I mean, if you are not using the materials, but you can also use stories to support children to learn at home. Storytelling is also very important. Don't say that you have not been to school, but at least you can say the story in your own language. You can tell a story in your own language that will help the child to be able to learn. We have actually heard a lot from our panelists. Come next week, we hope to be with you again. So stay tuned when you hear of T2T radio, same time, so that you benefit from the next topic that we'll be bringing before you. Thank you very much.
Teach to Teach Radio.
Hi, this is Wiyala. I support Teach to Teach because education changes lives, especially for girls. So let's take advantage of the positive impact education can have on our lives, our communities, and our people.
Teach to Teach Radio. Apagababo, adababo, mejan sigin.